What's up, Knife Tube? It's Diamond Cut Steel, and you guys are going to learn something today. All right, so what we are going to do, we are going to cut test on 1/2 inch twisted sisal, the Forever Classic case Sodbuster carbon steel. So, where we're at, say hello to Miss Raptorus, Miss Cali Girl. So where we're at, this is a fresh edge. This knife probably has 7 edges on it. We're finished on an Atoma 600. Couple passes on a dry strop, and a couple passes on one pass per side on 1 micron diamond on hard leather. That's where the edge is at. Of course, it's razor sharp. Lots and lots of bite, which is ideal. All right, say bye. Which is, really beneficial in this type of test to have that high bite. It also suits these relatively soft carbon steels very well for edge retention purposes. So let me move the camera a little bit. Yeah, so you're going to be much better off, with say an edge like this at 400, 600 than you would be at a higher grit, to where you start to get slick and the edge will pretty much fall off extremely quickly. For your typical type cutting tasks, a more aggressive edge finish like this is going to perform better for you than, say, if you had this at 3,000 or 5,000 grit, or even 1,200 for that matter. We're nice and sharp, lots of aggression. Let me put you up close to the microphone so you can hear that aggression. Lots of bite. Yeah. And I'm sorry, I made a mistake. This is not 400, 600. This was finished on a Toma 400. Yeah, this is a Toma 400. I'm sorry. I knew that was a little bit more bite than 600 can muster up. So if you've never used this case carbon steel, it is not as good as the CV steel. I mean, I shouldn't say that. The CV steel definitely holds its aggression and cuts a little longer by a reasonable amount than this carbon steel does. And I think the CV sharpens a little nicer as well. But all in all, this is pretty good stuff for a simple pocket knife, to just do general cutting with. And with a nice aggressive edge like this, it's going to blast through zip ties, just rip through cardboard nicely, cut ropes, cut plastics. It's going to do a very good job for that. Don't expect no extremely long edge retention. You're not going to get that. However, it is definitely a plenty serviceable steel, and it strops back quite nicely, and it's very easy to sharpen, very easy to touch up on a ceramic. Carbon steel. Okay. Alrighty, so let's get this test underway. Cyclopto, are you ready to go? Bucky the Ducky. He's always ready to go. A mischievous little bastard right here. Alrighty, so let me mark this edge. We're going to do about 1 1/8 inches of cutting edge right in the belly. Like I said, this knife has had quite a few sharpenings, so we're definitely past any of the burnt steel. I need a new marker. This one has seen its better days. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm already 6 minutes. I gotta learn to. I talk too much. I'm gonna stop talking so much. I'm gonna start just getting to the point quickly because I know it drives y'all crazy. I know it does. It would drive me crazy. Hell, but that's just me. I talk. I talk a lot. Filming these videos tells me my wife is very right. Alrighty, so let's do it. That cuts so nicely. That aggressive 400 grit edge cuts so nicely. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. This rope spreads apart so much that I get the ends. All right, so there's 10 cuts. Let's see where we're at. Oh yeah, fantastic. What's funny is this is probably connect. Well, not probably. I guarantee it does. What did that 20 CV from Kershaw do? 30 cuts. I guarantee you this. I don't know if this is going to do 30, but it's not going to be far off of it. With 3/8, it cuts. Seems like what was that, around 70, 80 maybe? I'd have to go back and look when I cut test this on 3/8, but seems like about 70 or 80, something like that. So I'm assuming it's going to probably do 30, 25, 30. But how in the hell is an old simple carbon gonna come close to what, you know, a modern high alloy stainless steel. Like, it's crazy. Still have very good bite. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I can feel the bite starting to fall off a little bit. There's 20 cuts. Once that bite starts to fall off, it's probably going to fall off relatively quickly after that. Yeah, probably got about another 10 cuts. Looking good. What's up, Cyclopto? How you doing, buddy? All right, so we're at 20. Um, 2. Hear that squeaking starting to start? 3. And that squeaking starting to start, you're starting to get a little slick. 3, 4. Yep. And I can definitely feel it. 5. Can definitely start to feel that bite falling off. And this edge pretty much solely depends on that bite. That's 25. Let's see where we're at. Okay. We're getting there. 25, so 26. 27. 28. 29. 30. Come on, rope, damn it. 30. Look at there, we're already tied to 20 CV. That Kershaw 20 CV. It tells you how bad that stuff is. Wow. The bite's definitely fallen off now. Oh, it's almost there. It's not quite tearing yet. Okay. This edge being super aggressive down there at 400 is a lot of what's allowing this to go. Say this was at 1,000 grit, probably would have done not much more than 20. Probably might not even have done 20 actually. Okay. But I can really feel it's starting to get slick. One. Notice the cuts are taking longer too. I'm not wanting to cut completely across. One. Two. Three. Ooh, that's starting to get tough. Four. Okay, let's try this. 4. Yep, that's it. Yeah, it's catching pretty good. Yep. All right. So we're gonna call it there. 34 equals 30. Now, what I'm thinking about doing, Cyclopto is here to witness 34. This impatient ass duck, he witnesses it too. But what I ought to do is I ought to put like 1,000 grit edge on this, come back and redo the cut test just to see the difference in cutting this rope. Now, say if I was cutting cardboard and had this edge on it versus say 1,000 grit edge, the 1,000 grit edge would outperform it on, if I'm push cutting cardboard, because this is just too aggressive to really push cut well and do it for very long. As where the 1,000 grit would definitely hold up, and that's what I say. So these cut tests are relative. I would say for stuff that I use a knife for, around the farm, around the homestead, cutting feed bags, cutting plastic sheeting, cutting heavy twine, rope, burlap sacks. This rope gives a much more true to life, and also lots of cardboard, but dirty cardboard, not new clean cardboard. It gives a lot more true to life idea of edge retention than if I was doing cardboard. Cardboard for me, even though I cut a lot of it, doesn't really show me a whole lot about how a knife is going to perform for me with what I typically do with them. Because cutting that clean cardboard is much different than cutting, when I'm out on the farm and I'm cutting dirty cardboard that's been wet and has, lots of silica on it. It's wet and dried and it's just nasty, or, heavy rope that's also dirty. Heavy burlap sacks that again are dirty, very abrasive stuff. So this gives me a much more realistic idea of what a knife's edge retention is going to be than if I'm just cutting clean cardboard. Now, if you're somebody who works in an office or in a warehouse and you're constantly breaking down, cardboard boxes that just come in, they're brand new, they're clean or pretty clean, then yeah, this test is not going to give you as good a data as if I was doing a cardboard test. So it's very relative. This is relative to me as a work knife, and it also, this is going to give for, say, like hunting knives, where you're cleaning animals. This is going to give you a better idea of performance when you're out cleaning game than a cardboard cut test would, just because of the way this is doling the knife. So it is relative. I may start doing a rope test on each steel, doing a rope test and a cardboard test for each steel. That way, it, depending on what and how you use a knife, what you use it for, and how you use it, it would give maybe it would work for a wider margin of people. That may be something that I do. I don't know, because cutting that cardboard, man, it takes forever because it's so many, cutting fresh cardboard, it takes so long to, even on simple steels, to start to get edge deformation. So it's a lot of cutting. But if you would like to see rope and cardboard cut tests for each steel, tell me, and I'll see what I can do. Maybe we'll just make them, do it all in one session. I'll cut test, sharpen. I'll cut test rope, sharpen, cut test the cardboard, all on one video. It'll be like probably an hour long. And you'll get a rope cut test, a sharpening, and a cardboard cut test. Maybe we can do that. If y'all want me to do that, tell me, and we'll see what we can do. It probably would give more data points for more people than just doing one or the other. But yeah, so anyways, case Sodbuster. Let me mark that so I know what it is. Atoma 400. Atoma. So 34 cuts for a Sodbuster carbon steel, Atoma 400, couple passes on a dry strop, and a pass or two on a 1 micron diamond strop on hard leather. That's where she finished. Yeah, let's see how she strops back, actually. I know it'll be really good because the edge still feels pretty good. It's just got a couple little catches. There's just a catch right there. One right. Yeah, there's only a few. Let's see if we can see any glinting. Yeah, you can see a little bit right there. But overall, that's looking pretty good. Let's go to 5 micron because we're relatively coarse. This edge is at 17 degrees per side. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One alternating. Okay. See where we're at. It should come right back. In fact, it should be shaving, to be honest. Oh yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. See if it'll shave. Oh yeah, easy. Easy. There's still a teeny bit of glint there, but very little. Couple more passes to take that right out. So, anyways, Case Sodbuster did pretty damn good in carbon steel. I'll also do the same test with the Sodbuster and CV, and you'll see the edge retention increases. It'll be noticeable. I would say this one did 34. I would say CV will probably do 40, 42, 43. Yeah, I'd say it'll be around 8 to 10 cuts more than the CS did with the same grip finish. All right, peoples. Y'all have a good one. Old Ducky says bye. Cycloptopus says, I can't speak. Cycloptopus says good night. Y'all have a good one. Thank you for watching. Please like. I'd like to grow this channel. Please give me a thumbs up. If you aren't subscribed, please subscribe to me. Hit that bell. I never say that in any videos because remember, guys, I'm going to do a nice giveaway for you guys once I hit 1,000, and it's not going to be no $50 Kaiser or I'm going to give away a brand spanking new Sage 5 and probably some other really nice stuff. So come on, guys, y'all help me get to 1,000. Good night.